Pristine Advisers, helping you build shareholder value. Clients hire us for various reasons, such as liquidity goals, lost shareholder value, activist investor campaigns, analyst and broker opinions, negative shareholder sentiment, and when they have extended deep discounts. We proactively build shareholder value by developing programs with the goal of increasing client share price, as well as attracting new investors and managing investor relationships. We also generate positive press coverage and build positive shareholder sentiment, as well as influence analyst and broker opinions. We offer a unique range of experience. One of our case studies involves a client looking to introduce a managed distribution policy. Amid closed-end fund market uncertainty, this closed-end fund client wished to raise the fund's profile, as well as increase the fund's market value. They also wished to strengthen their institutional ownership and gain a more knowledgeable investor base. We aim to increase awareness of the plan to current shareholders, as well as attract new retail investors looking for steady cash flow. As a result of Pristine Advisers' aggressive IR campaign, the fund's average annual total return increased 21%, their net asset value increased 13%, their share price increased 17.3%, and their total net assets increased 13%. Their media exposure increased 226%, and their conference call attendance increased 140%. Their website traffic increased 448%, and their database signups increased 42%. In conclusion, Pristine Advisers successfully strengthened shareholder relationships and established new relationships within the investment community. In terms of how we accomplished this, for starters, we updated the fund's investor presentation, emphasizing the fund's historic positive performance, and created a compelling growth proposition with a focus on future strategy and performance. We also organized the fund's participation in Pristine Advisers' closed-end fund conference, which attracts global high-net-worth investors. We also planned and executed an investor roadshow in major U.S. financial centers. We built an active social media communications feed and executed mailings to the fund's Noble list, as well as Pristine Advisers' 9,000-plus broker database, introducing new brokers to the fund. We also set up participation in a Las Vegas financial conference and executed a pre-mailing to over 1,000 Las Vegas brokers, inviting them to visit our booth. Another case study of ours details a client with a communications challenge. Their goal was to create recognition of the fund by its particular fund name rather than by the fund management group. A little background on this fund was they had a declining share price and were dealing with a shareholder activist campaign to open-end the fund. Pristine Advisers developed a careful plan to deal with these issues. As a result of our efforts, the fund received a 3-star rating continued by Morningstar. Analysts maintain a long-standing recommendation and listed the fund as outperform. We established media relationships with Dow Jones, Wall Street Journal, Forbes, Far Eastern Economic Review, and the Financial Times. Wall Street Journal featured a story about the fund, and Forbes did an exclusive on the fund and the portfolio manager. Their media hits increased from 75 to 150 hits per quarter, and as far as the activist action, they did not proceed. In conclusion, Pristine Advisers successfully achieved media attention that assisted in building the overall image of the fund and its assets under management. How did we achieve these results? We carefully crafted positioning messages for the media, investors, analysts, and brokers. The fund gained optimal positive media coverage for domestic and international outlets. We assessed investor sentiment from one-on-one conversations and then presented a detailed report to management. We established and cultivated a dialogue with the retail and institutional investors during a time of an investor sentiment all-time low crisis. We also maintained interest with the retail investment community, remaining accessible to sell-side analysts and meeting with retail brokers. We also held quarterly conference calls with the portfolio manager. The fund gave detailed presentations as well as Q&A sessions with brokers and analysts to ensure positive rapport. We worked closely with the analysts and the portfolio manager to achieve positive analyst reports. And we conducted roadshows with the fund's managers, presenting to the investment community and media, ensuring optimal feedback. Why choose Pristine Advisers? For one thing, our principal's background includes 16 years at Drew Rogerson, later Citygate, IPO, and the Altman Group. We have over 2 decades of experience with a combined 35-plus years between us. Each of us are trained and fully certified social media strategists. We're founders of the CEF Network and the annual closed-end fund-specific conference. We also have a very high client retention. Some of our clients we've had for more than 16 years. We're a full-service agency for public and privately held companies and investment managers. We're the only firm in the industry handling IR, PR, and media relations all under one roof. And we have a unique database of over 60,000 qualified institutional investors, retail investors, brokers, analysts, and media. which is cultivated and continuously updated over the last 15 years. What does this mean for you? Greater ROI from your marketing and communications budget, as well as more impact in communications with influencers and opinion formers among global media, institutional shareholders, analysts, and brokers. We have the maturity and experience to best communicate your investment proposition at any point in your fund's life cycle. We offer quantifiable results that build shareholder value, such as share price increase, more analyst following, more investors, longer-term investors, increase in shareholder base, among other positive measurable outcomes. We welcome the opportunity to speak with you further to discuss how our services can help you meet your goals and objectives.